he can't. I mean, go sit down in the office. Say, Coach DeBoer, I want to start next year. Okay, we're going to go in the spring, and you're a good player here, and you've been showing up and doing your job. I can't say right now. Hell, we got a bowl game in just 10 days. We got a bowl game in just a week. Can you not come in here and ask me if you're going to start? It would piss me off. What do you mean you're going to start next year? How about we just get worried about the freaking game that we're going to play in 10 days? Get the hell out of my office, man. What kind of crap is that? Don't come in here and ask me that. We'll talk about it in the off season. And if he give him an answer like I would have, maybe that's why he left. Because I don't think they would even ask Saban. They would. You think they'd go up there and knock on his door, and they sit down in that seat, and he hits that old button, and the door closes? And you're sitting down there, and he's looking down at you. Excuse me, Coach. I was just wondering. Yes, I'm trying to prepare for a game here. Hello. What can I do for you? If you don't just stop what you're doing, just let me close my computer and put my phone on silent. Yes, you're all the whole world, and everything revolves around you right now. Just tell me exactly what you want. Would you like your toenails clipped in the morning or at night? Shut up. This is where we're at, and this is what we're going to be doing. And I don't know how the situation went down, but there had to be some kind of conversation. You can't just leave the team. You have to fill out paperwork, and the head coach had to know. There's no way that any of these guys at any of these schools that are leaving, those 15 or 16 we just talked about at Auburn, these 15 or 16 that's leaving Bama, there's no way that Coach Freeze or Coach DeBoer didn't speak to them. They don't just fill out papers and, write this letter. Thank you, fans, for all the – shut up. Don't write that letter. That's stupid. Shut up. So that the coach could sit down and talk to them and go, all right, look, we'd like for you to stay around. What's it going to take for you to stay? $1 million. Lord, man, you started 3 games for me. We think you're great. Really? You want $1 million? Have you tested your worth out there in the market? And some people will say this, hard Bama fans, and I'm just a realist. I guess I'm not a hard Alabama fan. I'm just honest, and that's fine. People don't like that, and you can get over it. Well, Matt, when you leave Alabama, see, that scripted A on your neck, see, it's created value for the player. Shut up. No, it ain't. What are you talking about? They don't care about the scripted A that hangs on that's on the front of that jersey. You think they care about it? They want that name on the back. Siski told them the other night on Bama Standard. It's the truth. They worried about ish on the back of the shirt, ish. Not the scripted A. That used to bring value because you had Nick Saban as a head coach, and they knew another coach, another school knew when if he got a player from you. Pete Carroll said it when he was at Seattle. I knew when I got a player, and we went down there and watched film, or we went to a camp and we watched these guys at Bama. When I was looking for these linemen, sometimes they may have some knee problems. I noticed a little bit, but we knew when they come in, they're going to sit down, put their helmet in their locker, put their freaking cleats on and get dressed and grab that helmet up, and they're going to hit the field, and they're going to be ready to go win. And they know how to win, and they know what it takes to win. And that's what I want. We want to win because winning makes everybody money. Saban's gone. There's no what value do they have? You lost to Vanderbilt because you had your head up your butt. The play calling was par, and the defense was a joke. And you can't even score a freaking touchdown on Oklahoma. None. They couldn't score neither. Our offense had to give them the ball to let them score. It was a terrible game. Both teams, trash. That value that gives players the incentive to go out from Mbakwe to Henderson, whoever, to Antonio, whoever those guys are at Auburn leaving, there's a value to the school to say, well, we're going to go out here, and the coach at the other school knows that you're getting a good player. What are you talking about? So to the conversation with him at Alabama, yeah, wait out my odds, coach. I think I'll take $1 million to stay. Okay, what is that based on? Well, it's just a number I come up with. Okay, where'd you come up with that number? Well, I just thought I'd be worth $1 million. I mean, I'm looking at other players. I mean, I'm a 5-star guy. Started a couple games. I know I got burnt deep on some few plays that Probably cost us a game in one of the games, a Vanderbilt game. But I'd love to stay here, What a great place, Wow. So $1 million, that's what it's going to take. Well, let's just look that up. And Saban always encouraged kids to come back and maybe not go pro. Stay around another year, create value. So taking your skill set of where you're at and going to another team, is it going to make you – are you going to be better at another team? I mean, are you going to change who you are? Now, if you change your work habits and those type things, yeah, you're going to be a better player. But if you keep doing the same things, it don't matter where you're at. So getting a change of scenery sparks your inner self to just become great, and I'm really focused and locked in now. Well, of course you're going to be better. If you had done the same thing at the school you just left, idiot, then you would be great there and not look like a traitor or a quitter. It just seems like you're quitting. Oh, man, see, they ain't quitting. They're creating value. What have you created? We just talked about Fluff and Jacob Cornejo, or maybe that Darrell kid that come from UConn. They're at a small school. He created value for himself to move up to a bigger school. That makes sense. I get it. Cheers to them. Clap it up for those guys that's working and trying to get noticed and create value for themselves by working hard, not going from one D1 school that's a top 15 team to another one. What's the point of that? And that seems like you're just chasing money. And that makes you seem so petty and so childish and so just hunting. What are you looking for? I mean, just in life in general, what do you want? You're going to make money at the next level. And the idea for them to be able to sell like Saban can sell, well, Alabama's got the most number one draft picks. I think we got about 60 or so in there that's been drafted for more than anybody. Them and Ohio State, they're right there together. But now that you can't keep a group of kids together to try to make a run and go on and win a lot of games for years, not just have a good season. Like, let's see what Oregon does next year. Let's see how many games they win next year. I'm talking about to build a program, because that culture, define the word culture. That, culture in college football. What are you talking about? I just went through 15 kids from Alabama and Auburn that they don't. Some of them have legit reasons. Some of them are going home. Some of them have family problems they need to take care of. And some of them had injuries and didn't get to play, and they want to play. But a starting guy at a D1 school to go start at another, like Isaiah Bond, why? What do you? Well, I don't want to play for a new coach. You're going to play for a new coach over there, so it's the same thing. I don't know what you're talking about. If you're trying to do this, there ain't nobody bouncing on you, young man. Nobody's bouncing on your whole idea of what you're trying to do. But at least have enough guts and nuts to you to write. Don't write a letter and be like, I want to thank the team and all the coaches for spending their time. No, you don't. Why? What are you thanking them for? They're just doing their job. You don't have to thank them for that. You don't have to thank people for doing something they're supposed to do anyway. Just say, bro, this team over here offered me some more money. They didn't want to pay me here, so I'm going to go do something else. And that's what's driving these people like me away from the game. And it's not about certain teams and having like, Alabama can't be on top no more and run it for, you just not in, are you? That's just being a Bammer. That would be being a Bammer. That's not it at all. I'm all about kids getting back and moving up. Like these gentlemen I just give you examples for. That Raider kid that was from Miami of Ohio, it's coming to Auburn, cornerback. Great example. Moving up, bigger schools, a little more money, a little more TV time, building value for herself. I like it because you have to freaking work to do it. What the hell? What's Henderson done to build value for herself to go from Alabama to whatever? Where there's not a move up. Where are you really moving up to? Now, if you can't start and you can't play and you've had injuries and that kind of stuff, and half of those kids on the Auburn and Bama list, they are that way. Some of them got run off because of personal things that we don't know the whole details about. But there's about 5 or 4 on each of those lists for Bama and Auburn that you just shake your head and go, what? Are you doing this? Trying to make something better for yourself, like Fluff is wanting to got in the portal, is going to leave South Alabama and visit Arizona. He's got about 20 offers. That's great. That's what this is portal's for. It's not just for moving from one big school to another. You start here, you're going to go there and start. What's the advantages? There's only one thing that could be the difference. And that is what we're calling you nutless. Because you're just looking for a bag. There's nothing here. What's the difference? Because the coach you couldn't sit down with a coach and he couldn't pinpoint you in to start on December the 16th. I keep pinning you in to start for fall of 2025. I don't know what's going to happen between now and then. You may get hurt. God forbid any of that happens. We don't want any of that to happen. We want you to come and start. More than likely, he's probably telling the guy, yep, you're probably going to start. Okay, then good. I need $1 million. What are you basing that off of? Saban's not here. How are you holding some value here at this university? Saban's not here. You haven't been you're D-back. You ain't been coached by one of the best ever to do it. Deion Sanders could sell that better. He did play the position. He's got a gold jacket. He's a Hall of Famer. Deion can say, man, you come out here and play DB for me, Travis Hunter, when he went with him. I can tell you things of that position, how it works, that'll help you. Now, it will work for everybody. Well, no, it does take a little talent. Travis is talented. But it also helps when you got good coaching with good talent. That's how you get to the league. Quick.